I'm John Alden Bushnell, Generation 12 from Francis Bushnell, who was one of the founders and original settlers here in Guilford, Connecticut. I'm standing on the Guilford Green, a great big green in the center of town. And this is the introduction to the DVD that the Bushnell family is making this weekend. First question you might ask is, why Guilford? Well, the reason we're here in Guilford is that Francis Bushnell landed in this area of Connecticut in 1639. He came from Washington County, Sussex, southeast of London in England. And they crossed on the ship St. John, and with 24 other senior planters, they formed this town of Guilford, and settled right here. And in fact, Francis Bushnell was awarded 3.5 acres at the northeast corner, just beyond the green here, which was his property at that time. This was bought from the Indian. The city is celebrating 375 years, and so is the John Bushnell family. But more than that, we have a project that we're doing this weekend, and that is that, as you know, genealogies are pretty boring reading. And although we have a genealogy, it's been around for 75 years. I'm just a carbon copy of what my great uncle did, which traces our family from Francis down to me. I never paid much attention to it. So I thought that in the modern age, the digital age, it would be a good idea to make a DVD and put the basic information from the genealogy on a DVD. So I have assigned each member of the family, my sons, grandsons, and daughters, to play the part of one or another of our ancestors and to record that information on the DVD that we will make in the next couple of days. And that way, future generations, and we have 2 members of the 15th generation here this weekend, when they grow up, will be able to watch the DVD and learn about the history of our family in that sort of way. Now, since we're here in 2014, July 11th to be specific, of 2014, a lot has changed since 375 years ago. And for most of that 375 years, really for almost all of it, the only interest was in the men. Women didn't seem to count. They couldn't vote, they couldn't inherit property. When the husband died, the property went to the oldest son, not to the wife. And only in the last century have women acquired more and more rights. So we think it's only appropriate to give a lot of attention to the women who married Bushnells, and who are, after all, for each one of us, we're only half Bushnell, and we're half the genes and blood of the women that married the male Bushnell. So we're going to give some attention to them, and we have some very interesting and really spectacular women in our background as we've researched and found out about some of them. So they will be part of this genealogy too. I'd like to say an equal part, but I don't know if we can quite get it up to equal. So that is what we will be doing over the course of this genealogy.